All right, we're ready for exam 1. If you remember back, we started off with exam 1 content. The exam 1 content includes, if you follow the slide, introductions to operations, including that historical perspective that we looked at, providing goods and services along with that extra on decision making, product quality development, your forecasting, location planning and logistics, including the work measurement and time standards, and then process and facility selection. Your exam will consist of 40 multiple choice and true-false questions. You will have a 90-minute time limit on this. You may use your book, you may use your notes, you may use your slides. 90-minute time limit. Now, for those of you who have contacted me with information through disability services for an extended period of time, that will be factored into your time period on what you're allowed. You may access the exam once and only once. You must take the exam before the end of the time period that it is listed. Otherwise, you will not be allowed access and it will count as a 0 unless there are extenuating circumstances, which you need to get me that information. Problems. You will have problems to solve that are formed in a multiple choice format. So you might have a problem there and then 4 answers. It could be none of the above. I like putting none of the above in there all the time, or the answer could be there given. If it is a rounding thing and you see that I've rounded off, please round to the nearest. And I usually say in the question, round 2 place settings, 3 place settings, if rounding is needed. If you have questions before this exam begins, please post them in the questions area on your D2L page, or you can email me at Kaplan, Kaplan, at etsu.edu, and I'll be glad to answer those for you. Now, if you're asking me a question at 10 o'clock at night and you have to take your exam by midnight that night, I'm probably not going to answer it. So make sure if you have questions that you ask me well in advance so that you can actually get your answer. Every single question can be related back to your PowerPoint slides. If you covered the work here, you know your PowerPoint slides, you've read the book, you listen to the lectures, you should do fine on this exam. I do expect your first exam to be your worst exam because you don't know how I test. So you're going to go and say, okay, what does she test like? I'm nervous. So your second exam will probably be better than your first exam, and that's fine. That's normal, but try your best. If I do not open up and have you be able to check your exam and look at your answers until after the exam time has closed out. After the exam time has closed out, I will open up the exam at that time for you to check. This way, you're not able to give the answers to somebody else. Remember, you are to do this on your own. This is not a group project. So sit down, take this. I want to know how you're doing, not how your group of friends are doing. I'm expecting you to do that. At this point in time, I do not make you go into the testing center to do exams, but if I need to, I can always change that. I reserve the right to change that. At this point in time, you are taking this on your home computer or on a school computer. But again, I am trusting you to do your work and it not being somebody else's work. Read the questions carefully. I don't try to do trick questions, but every now and then they seem a little trickier than others. I do review the questions when I am done after everyone takes them, and if I find that 90% of the people missed a certain question, I think I've done something wrong, not you. So I'll go back and take a look at that. So look at this. Read questions carefully. Watch your time. Again, it's a 90-minute time limit, 40 questions. Make sure you understand the question. Check your answers, check your math. Check to see for rounding. I'm trying to think of what other questions people ask me on test, and do your best. Do your best. That's all we can ever ask for. So I wish you the best of luck. Again, here is exam 1 content. If you have questions, get a hold of me in advance, either through D2L or through email. And 90-minute time limit, 45 questions, multiple choice, true, false. Good luck on your first exam.